Hi, and welcome back to another video. And today is a very special day. Today is going to be a very special video because, as you can see from the timer, we are just one day, 5 hours, and 47 minutes away from when the polls close, the votes are getting counted, and we will start to get to understand who will be the next president of the United States. It's going to be a very exciting night for tomorrow. Tomorrow night is election night. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Several people are also excited. The country's excited, but also understandably a little nervous on both sides, Harris supporters and Trump supporters. But we're finally going to be able to put this election cycle for a close and see if Kamala Harris or Donald Trump is the next president of the United States. Anyways, I have a lot to talk about in this video, especially to do with that poll that dropped on Saturday. I did not make a video on it because I do not upload on the weekends. I usually save any exciting stuff that happens on the weekends. I usually save for on Mondays and when I get into the week. But I thought about uploading the weekends. I decided not to because I just wanted to put all of what happened in this video that's going to drop today. But anyways, so there was that poll, the Czer poll. Here, let me try and find that real quick. So the Czer poll in Iowa, very interesting because this specific poll has gotten so many elections just so right. They're just so accurate. And I was really excited. I was waiting, and it dropped around 7 p.m. And look at that, it's the only poll that has Harris up. Now, my prediction for this poll is I thought it was going to be a Trump plus 7 poll, kind of like this one, this Republican-funded poll here, Trump plus 7. Because if we go back to here, look at how much Trump won Iowa by. I really thought it was going to be around 6 to 7 points. And I remember saying to myself, anything that's below a Trump plus 5 in this poll is bad news for Donald Trump. Anything that's above that, like around 7, where my prediction was going to be, is good news for Donald Trump. And I thought there was going to be good news for Donald Trump. So you can imagine my surprise as there is a Harris plus 3 poll by the most accurate pollster in the country. Yeah, it's really, really, it was exciting at the time, but then you're putting your hands in your head and going, oh my goodness, is Kamala Harris, going to win by a landslide? If you put this poll, if you match it with the 2020 results, so this poll right here, so Donald Trump won let's see, Iowa by 7 points, right? So that is an 11 points shift to the left. And if you take that poll and you say, okay, so like, I know it sounds unrealistic, but let's say Kamala Harris wins Iowa by 3 points, as the poll says. If that's the case, like I said, that's an 11-point shift to the left. And if that happens, here, let me go to 2020 here. Let's see. Okay, so Donald Trump won. Okay, I was looking at polls. I'm an idiot. Okay, so Trump won Iowa by 8 points. So if Kamala Harris wins it tomorrow night by 3 points, 11 points to the left, right? So putting that in mind, all these other states that Donald Trump won by very close margins, Florida. If you compare that, if you say in this election, this is going to shift 11 points to the left, that's a Kamala Harris win. That's a Kamala Harris win. That's maybe almost a Kamala win. Obviously, all the states Joe Biden won will be Kamala Harris wins by so much more margins. And Texas would be a Kamala Harris win. There would be these states down here, and these states up here would still be for Donald Trump. But all the states that were competitive in 2020 would then be Kamala Harris wins. Ohio would be blue. And because you have all the swing states, Kamala Harris wouldn't just win the election, she'd win it by a landslide. I believe that would be comparable to 1972. 1972. But anyways, that is how interesting that poll was. And when I put it together, it really just shows a Kamala Harris landslide. I believe it's like over 400 electoral college votes, and it was really, really, really something, and I'm really excited for tonight because of that poll. But anyways, we saw that poll came out the other night for Harris, and it was really something. It really shocked the country. It shocked the news outlets. I was seeing them from the media. However, Trump supporters and Republicans seem to be bashing this poll, as I did see some other news articles where Trump was claiming that this poll was made by a Trump hater, despite Czer getting so many elections right. She accurately called the poll or the election for Donald Trump in Iowa. She said Donald Trump was going to win Iowa by 7 points, and he did, in fact, or I'm sorry, 8, or she said he'd win it by 7 points. He didn't just win it by 7 points, he won it by 8 points. So I don't think that this Harris plus 3 poll will be that accurate, but I do believe Iowa's definitely going to be going left this time around. I don't think Kamala Harris will win it, but it is definitely not going to go in Trump's favor. If the most accurate pollster is saying Kamala Harris is up 3 points in Iowa, of all places, then I do believe Donald Trump is in some big trouble. You've heard me say it multiple times to the channel that I do believe Kamala Harris will be winning the election, but you have never, ever heard me say that I do believe Kamala Harris will win Iowa, and I'm still telling you now, I don't believe Kamala Harris will be winning Iowa, but I do believe Donald Trump will narrowly be winning it, along with several other states, and if that's the case, Donald Trump and the Republicans are in big trouble. So that means there's a lot of momentum on Kamala Harris' side. There's a lot of momentum on the Democrat side. And I think this should be really setting off some alarms because this poll is so accurate. And with the margin Harris is winning by, and the state, it's so unbelievable. And I did read last night that today, another A+ pollster will be releasing today, which I will be posting on my community page, so make sure to check out for that. But we have Marist, A+ pollster. I believe it's been almost a week since they dropped their last polls, but today they will be dropping their final presidential national polls, and I'm very excited for it. And if Harris is up, that's pretty much it. I think she'll win. If Trump is up, I don't think he will, but if Trump is up, then that's definitely going to sound some alarms for the Kamala Harris campaign. But we're going to see. Donald Trump right now, as I speak, he is campaigning in Michigan, and Kamala Harris is going to be campaigning in some other swing states. So that's going to be very interesting. But yeah, this Iowa poll, of course, we do have Kennedy. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., he's polling at 3%. He's not even a candidate anymore, but, he's still... And Oliver, polling at 0%, the Libertarian candidate who probably won't get that much votes compared to Kamala Harris and Donald Trump. But still, it's a very good poll for Czer. Like you heard me say, I predicted a Trump plus 7 poll with the Czer poll, and anything below Trump plus 5 is bad. Harris plus 3, unbelievably bad for the Trump campaign. So... we're going to see where this comes, and you really do see immediately after this poll, you had some Republican pollsters pumping out these polls to try and, these are all Trump plus 5, Trump plus 9, Trump plus 7, Trump plus 8, to try and make it look like, oh, Donald Trump isn't, losing Iowa. They're really trying to shift this narrative, and I don't think it's going to work. Democrats have always been in this attitude ever since 2022, screw the polls, go out and vote, and when they have that attitude, they win elections. They won the Senate elections last time around, and just last year, they won the Kentucky governor election, and they barely lost the Mississippi governor election. But still, the Republican governor, Tate Reeves, won re-election by such a close margin here. Actually, I could pull it up right now. Let me get that. Where is it? Here we go. Look at that. Governor Reeves won by 3 points. 3 points. That is not good for such a solid Republican state like Mississippi. And if we go back to the results, look at how much Donald Trump won Mississippi by. Look how much he defeated Joe Biden in Mississippi just 4 years ago now. 16 points. So when Governor Reeves is winning Mississippi by only 3 points, barely winning to a Democrat, that is not good. And his opponent was a very strong candidate who some thought he could have possibly won. But the reality is he would have come close, and I always predicted that he'd lose. But I didn't think that he would lose by such a close margin. It's really unbelievable as for a Democrat Mississippi. But anyways, we are not here to talk about Mississippi. We are here to talk about the presidential election, which as of right now, in the polls, Hold on, let me pull up the 538 polls here real quick. So this is the map. They have Donald Trump winning these swing states, states, not stakes. Oh my goodness. They have Donald Trump winning these swing states. They have Georgia, North Carolina, even Pennsylvania, which I do disagree with, but they do have Harris winning Michigan, Wisconsin. So that's 2 out of 3 of the blue wall states. But I don't really think that if Harris wins Michigan and Harris wins Wisconsin, that Trump is going to win Pennsylvania. I really do not think Pennsylvania is in his favor at all, especially considering this early vote data that I'm going to pull up right now that have been very good for the Democrats. Look at that. You have 57% are Democrats and 33% are Republicans for party registration for both mail-in votes and the mail-in ballots requested. 2.1 million, and then you have 1.7 million. So that is really something. And what I saw earlier is there's over like 76, or what was it, 76.4 million votes casted for mail-in ballots. So that's really something. And 66 million mail-in and early in-person votes requested nationally. So that's really something. And when the election day comes, or when the election vote comes tomorrow, those votes are really going to skyrocket, especially for the Republicans. But that's the only really way I do see Donald Trump. That's the only thing Donald Trump can rely on when winning Pennsylvania is the election day vote for Republicans. That usually does favor the Republicans. And I do believe that's the only thing he can rely on to save him now in Pennsylvania, and I just don't believe it's going to be enough. Democrats have been really surging in the early vote when it comes down to Pennsylvania, and if some of them are also going down to vote on election day, I don't believe Republicans are going to be able to combat that, and I do believe Kamala Harris is going to win Pennsylvania. As the data is showing, the early voting looks very well, and I do believe that on election night, Pennsylvania will be called for her, or early in the morning, on Wednesday, the next day. But we're gonna see. It's gonna be very interesting, and I just can't wait to see it. Anyways, today I will be releasing my final prediction on this race. It's been a while since I've done one. I know I said it's my final one, but we are just less than 24 hours away here. Let me see. When is it? We are. Oh my goodness! It's, what is it? 29 hours or something. It's 1 day and 5 hours, and we are also, let's see, to the inauguration day, 76 days until Joe Biden is no longer president of the United States. So that is really something. But yeah, we are close to this election, really, really close, and I just can't wait. But anyways, I'll be releasing my final prediction here. So let me just do all these safe states for the Democrats. So obviously, Kamala Harris is going to be winning these states, right? She'll easily win New York. She'll easily win Vermont, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland Island, Washington, D.C., Rhode Island, Massachusetts, and then for Trump, Montana, Idaho, Wyoming, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, all these states that have been won by Republicans for so long now. But anyways, okay, so here we go. This is where it gets interesting. So now we're going to do the competitive states. Let's see, Iowa. I don't know about Iowa. Definitely Kansas is around here, but I'm going to say Iowa's a little competitive just because of that Czer poll. That's so interesting. And for the Democrats, we have Minnesota. Oh, I almost forgot about Illinois being safe. I think Ohio is not really going to be that close. Let's see. Same for South Carolina. Last time I had it safe, which that was definitely an accident. I I completely missed that, but I do have South Carolina being a little competitive, but not really that competitive. Same with Texas. It won't be a safe state for the Republicans, but it definitely won't be that competitive. And with the Ted Cruz race, I do believe it will be a little competitive. Just not a complete safe state for Donald Trump. Anyways, we also have Alaska here, which I do believe will be a tilt state for Donald Trump. I don't believe it's going to be safe. We also have Colorado going safe to the Democrats. I keep missing all these states. We have New Hampshire that's definitely going to go safe, or not safe. We're going to go tilt for the Democrats. New Mexico is definitely tilt. Oh my, I can't believe I forgot Utah. But anyways, so also Florida too. I think that's a tilt. I don't think it's going to be safe, but it's also going to be like a tilt. Let's see what else. Virginia. Virginia is definitely going to be a tilt for the Democrats because Tim Kaine is definitely going to easily win re-election. But I also do believe that Virginia is definitely going to go to Kamala Harris by 8 to 9 points. Joe Biden won it by 10 points. So I don't really expect much for the Democrats when it comes down. I don't think they should be nervous at all when it comes down to those races. But anyways, so we have some of these other states. Let's compare them to 2020. We have, oh my goodness, let me get into the 2020 here, not the polls. Okay, so we have Biden won Pennsylvania, as we all know, by 1 point. Michigan by 2 points. Wisconsin by over a half a point. Of course, Minnesota's, 7 points. We don't need to worry about Minnesota here, but we do have some of these swing states. Biden barely winning Georgia for the first time in forever. Arizona, Nevada. So yeah, we're really gonna see how these goes down, and it's gonna be really interesting to see here. But yeah, so like I said before, I do believe that Kamala Harris will win Michigan by such a close margin, but definitely not that it's close to a toss-up. I do believe Wisconsin will definitely be much closer, as it was so close in 2020. Anyway, so when it comes down to Maine's going to be very interesting. Okay, so Trump won the 2nd district by 7 points. I do believe it's going to be around that same margin there. So yeah. And then, of course, I do believe Kamala Harris will win that part by a safe margin. I don't really believe it's going to be much of a competition. So now we're going to get down to these very interesting states. I still believe, especially because of the early voting, that really hasn't been that great for the Democrats, that Donald Trump narrowly wins Arizona. But I do believe Democrats will win Nevada by not like a squeaker, as I predicted last time, but definitely by a close margin here. So I do believe also Donald Trump will win Georgia. Actually, I'm not so sure about Georgia. I still think Trump will win Georgia by such a close margin, especially how good the early voting's been with Democrats. But I do believe when the election day vote comes, that always favors Republicans. I do really believe it's going to help Donald Trump out a lot at winning Georgia. So now we are down to Harris getting 255 electoral votes and Donald Trump getting only 246. And it really comes down to North Carolina and Pennsylvania. And I do believe Kamala Harris will still be winning North Carolina. It looks very well for them, especially with that poll coming out that would shift North Carolina to the left in Kamala Harris's favor, as Trump only won up by a point. So if you had that shift, all those 11 points to the left, obviously Kamala Harris would be able to just flip North Carolina blue. And I do believe she's going to be. I do believe she's going to be doing that along with Pennsylvania, as we said. The early voting's been doing very well for Democrats in Pennsylvania, and I don't really believe the election day vote will be able to help Trump, flip Pennsylvania red, and I don't think it's happening. So yeah, I do believe this is what the map is going to be looking like. Oh my god, I almost forgot the Alabama second thing. But anyways, yeah, I do believe this is what the map will be looking like. Kamala Harris 290, Trump 248. This is what I believe the map will be looking like on election night. And yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what goes down, and I just can't wait. I believe this is what the map will look like. And yeah, this is where it looks like, with all the early voting, the 76 million, the Iowa poll. I can't wait to see if that's accurate or not. But anyways, that is the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe down below, as it helps out the channel, and follow me on Twitter at Vote Breakdown, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.